Hello, everyone.
We're live from the internets.
Hallelujah.
We are on video and audio.
Happy Easter.
Yeah, happy Easter and Divine Mercy weekend.
I totes ate steak yesterday.
Yeah. I had pepperoni on my pizza.
I did send a link to John. Oh, you know what that is? Yeah, sorry.
What?
I thought I had that muted, but apparently not. There we go.
I didn't hear anything, just
thinking,
for the record.
Oh, okay, I know why. Because I have that channel. So I shouldn't have said anything. I have that channel potted down, so you can't hear it.
Oh, yeah?
On the Hangout.
What about pot? What did you say?
Whoa.
420 was last week.
That was that Easter Sunday, 420?
It was.
Yeah. Okay, now what was I going to do?
That's what I had last night.
Well, hang on.
Pot?
You mean pot roast?
Colorado pot roast has.
Let's be real, pot roast.
Pot roast.
Let's see.
I had a hamburger and a beer.
Yeah.
I had for dinner.
Cool.
Beer.
Hey,
Attitude.
John Clem may be joining us this morning. I sent him a link. I don't know if he's received it or not yet. Has he responded? No. He's over at the Blessed John Paul II, the second shrine in Washington, and so he's going to kind of give us a report from there. For some reason, there's something going on this weekend, and I'm not sure what.
Huh? Why would that be?
Nobody knows what's
I
happening.
don't know.
Especially on Catholic weekend.
Let me see here.
All we know is we can eat meat on Friday during Easter.
And we're happy about that.
That's the extent of our Catholic knowledge.
All right, I'm out. See ya.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Chow down.
I thought I was ready, but hang on. Let me send John a text.
I've got a wedding to go to today.
Do you?
No.
But you're already married.
That's very true.
Gotta have you keep your options open.
Scandalous.
Totes scandalous.
All right, so I sent John a link, so if he may be joining us sometime during the show. And, okay, let me check this sound.
This is SQPN, the StarQuest Production Network, leading the way.
How does that sound?
That good, huh, Maria?
Mm-hmm.
Could you hear that all right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maria yawned through the whole thing.
I'm trying to post a final exam.
All right. Let me make sure the recorder's on. Oh, and thank you, Mike Kuipers, for taking over the note-taking duty for Lynn Francis.
Shout out.
She has a wedding to go to play the organ, actually. So we miss you, Lynn, and thank you, Mike, and anybody else that may be in the chat room right now. Thanks for hanging out with us. I guess Father Roderick is in Rome, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he's doing his show this morning.
Rumor has it.
Rumor has it. Okay.
Not a song.
Alrighty, I think we are ready. I'm going to put you guys on mute, and then I hope that I'll remember to unmute you.
It's cool if you don't.
Okay.
This is SQPN, the StarQuest Production Network, leading the way.
Nah.
Nah, yourself.
Nah.
Cranky old man.
Get off my lawn! lawn.
Shut up, you young little whippersnapper, you. Get off my lawn. Let's try it again.
Choo-choo.
Okay, I'm muting you again. Now, everybody watching the live Hangout, you can hear I'm not muting them on the Hangout. I'm only muting them on my H2 recorder. Okay, here we go.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
This is SQPN, the StarQuest Production Network, leading the way.
You're listening to Catholic Weekend, episode number 221 for the week ending Saturday, April 26th, 2014. Divine Mercy Weekend. Good morning and welcome to the show. I'm Captain Jeff in Roswell, Georgia, and with me today from Conyers, Georgia,
Maria Johnson.
Maria Johnson. That's it. Oh boy. Train wreck.
Good morning. Just keep going. How's everybody?
Okay, there you go. It's fading off. And also with us in San Antonio, Angela Cialana. I got her name.
Yeehaw!
Oh, wow.
There we go. I don't know if you can hear her sound effect or not.
That's how we say hallelujah in Texas.
Ooh, you just got that word in. Hallelujah.
All right, there we go. And also...
No.
No.
Oh, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain.
Where's Steve?
And the wind can sure smell sweet when the wind
Steve left.
Steve Nelson.
Steve
Not
Nelson.
here.
Where is he?
No, hit the correct sound file. There we go.
Wow.
So,
You're a
Jeff,
mess.
I want you to know it took everything in my power not to try to make you laugh when you were doing the show intro. Because I really wanted to do it.
I know, well, I wouldn't have heard you because I muted you. I couldn't hear anything.
Shoot.
And Sarah Fabulous joining us.
Hello. Greetings.
I don't know. What do you think? Should we just
Hello.
like start this whole thing over or just keep going?
No,
keep
we're
going.
going with this.
Okay.
This is
Well, there
really
you go.
Catholic
There.
weekend. Full throttle.
The bestest Catholic weekend yet. Number 221. Wow.
Jeff's been taking production classes.
I've been taking too many painkillers is what the problem.
Who was at the doctor yesterday? You or
I
your daughter?
was. Oh, it was actually my daughter. She had a little something going on with her shin, her left
Oh,
shin.
dear.
Not her chin, but her shin. Yeah, so she had an x-ray and all that kind of stuff. So they're going to have to amputate it, but, no big deal.
No big deal.
She still has another leg. You know, so-
Good grief.
You just need to stop sometimes.
I know.
You know, wouldn't it be great to
I heard
have...
that a lot, actually. Yes, Maria?
Never mind.
Okay. Maria is referring to a selfie with my daughter that I snapped yesterday while we were... I came home from my trip and I got to take my daughter to the clinic,
Yay.
urgent care clinic. But
Dad duty.
that was
Dad
fun.
duty.
Yeah, I enjoyed it actually. We had fun, as you can tell in the snapshot.
I must have missed your selfie.
Well, that's okay. That's you probably don't follow me on Airline Pilot Guy, so that's where I posted it.
I don't know.
Posted
You
it.
have too many online identities.
He
dude.
does. He's...
Let's don't go into that at this moment.
Okay, my bad.
Okay. Well, now this is a big weekend for the Catholic Church, and that is because the two of our previous popes are being canonized in Rome. at the
By
Vatican.
two of our previous, or by our previous pope and current pope. How
Yeah,
cool is
isn't that
that?
amazing? So
4 popes in 1. It sounds like a rock
Mind
deal.
blown.
it's Popalicious.
Buy 2, get 2 free.
two popes
two
in
for
one. Anyway, so we may actually have somebody joining us. John Clem. He's not in Rome, but he is in Washington D.C. at the.
He's roaming.
Yes, he's roaming at the Pope John Paul II, the Blessed Pope John Paul II Shrine, which I guess they're going to have to change the name to Saint John Paul II Shrine, right? Because John Paul II is one of them, and John the 23rd, the other, who are being canonized today in Rome. So, with that said, Sarah, do you want to share anything? You were in Rome, what, 3 years ago?
Yeah, almost 3 years ago to the day. Like, so crazy. For Blessed Pope John Paul II's beatification. It was absolutely nuts. I went with Lino Rulli, and the Catholic Traveler Mountain Butorak led the group, and there were 35 pilgrims. Let's be real, it was not a pilgrimage. And it was a vacation. No, it was kind of a pilgrimage. And so we started off
More
the
of
trip.
a party, right?
Sure. So we started off the trip in Rome for the beatification. Originally, we were not scheduled to go to the beautiful country of Italy, but because the beatification was scheduled during our trip, Mountain made some changes, and we spent less time in Santorini and more time in Rome. And so Rome was absolutely crazy. I live in Atlanta, have lived in Atlanta my whole life, and was here for the 1996 Olympics, and went to the Olympic Games and experienced the Olympic Games. Let me assure you, the crowds at the Olympics got nothing on that beatification. We got in line in front of St. Peter's Square at, I think it was like 11 p.m., maybe, something like that. By the way, we had flown into Rome that morning and really had only had plane sleep. So here we are going to the square, and everyone's exhausted. So we end up sleeping on the street, waiting to go into St. Peter's Square.
I want you to repeat that. Sleeping on the street.
I slept on the street. I was so sleepy. People were guarding me because people were so mean. They had all these old Polish people. I'm so sorry, God. But all these old Polish people were out there, and they had these canes, and they were like beating people to get in line, and people were shoving, and like all of these nuns were using their elbows, like, get out of my way. And so it was horrifying. The whole experience was horrifying.
And I thought the church parking lot was bad.
And so I gave up about maybe 3 hours before the mass was set to begin and said, JP2, I love you, but I love my bed too. So I went back to the hotel, and I happily slept through the entire beatification mass. But I was only, like, I don't know, 3 blocks from the Vatican, because that's where the hotel that Mountain always stays at is. And so I was like, well, you know what? I was there.
In spirit.
I was totally there in spirit. I had the TV on in our room, so I fell asleep watching it. But
So momentous.
I mean, like, it was so crowded, and I must confess, I have claustrophobia, a little bit of it, and so it's very difficult for me to be in situations like that. One of my friends gave me half a Xanax, still didn't work.
Yeah, it did. You slept
and so
on the streets.
So I was like, no, that was after waking up from sleeping for a couple hours, and so I was like, I can't do this. It's just mentally just way too much, and so I just left, and I'm happy with that. But in the meantime, I was able to catch some great video and audio during our time there when I was not yet freaking out because people hadn't started to pack us in like sardines yet. You know, we still had, a little bit of room, got some elbows on each side, and then later on in the morning, things started to get really serious, and people were being pushed, and that's when I was like, I don't love anything enough to be pushed. And so I have a video of this girl. So what the Vatican does for these events, that sounded really weird, but what the Vatican does for these events is they print off special booklets that have how the Mass is going to go, all the readings, everything you need to know in this beautiful book that you can keep as a souvenir. And so for the beatification, they had flats of them stacked at various points down the road in front of the Vatican. And so we happened to be stationed right next to one of them. And so they're covered in plastic. We all wanted to ensure, yeah, okay, I guess my story is great. So we all wanted to ensure that we got copies of these because it's a great keepsake. So we ripped open the plastic while we were getting this girl to sing. She really wanted to sing for us. She's from South America, and she spoke no English except she knew the movie Sister Act. And so she wanted to sing for us. So while she's singing, Jeff will play the video in a second. While she's singing, I'm going in and taking enough of these books to give to our whole group.
Ah, so you used her as a diversion.
Oh, yes, proudly. Because I have my book, and it's on my coffee table, and I love it.
Shall I play the video of the young lady singing?
Yes, please.
Okay, here we go.
You always be my true, true love, from now until forever. Oh yes, I love you. I'm gonna fall in love. You always be my true, true love, until forever.
I wish you could see actually the video she's getting into it.
Yeah, she's young. She's probably like in late teens, very early 20s, and just so adorable. And she really wanted to sing for us. I mean, so wanted to sing for us. And at that point, we were, we had been up for a long, long time, and so we're thinking, oh, great, free entertainment, like bring it on. So, and it was a nice distraction from all the crowds that were coming in, and then we had all these. There were this group of people that was around us, and they all had flags. So everyone like brings a flag for their country, but the Polish, they all brought the Polish flags, and so people, I don't know what the significance of it was, but everyone kept yelling "flaggy, flaggy" like the whole time, like "flaggy, flaggy, flaggy, flaggy." I'm like, what is that? What is flaggy, flaggy? So that kind of became our mantra for the rest of the trip. Flaggy, flaggy.
Flaggy, flaggy.
And do we know what this means? We could be cursing.
I think that it was about the flags. We're going with it was about all the flags, but
Or maybe a flagon, like
maybe.
a carrier wine.
Sure. Meanwhile, Lino Rulli is up on the colonnade broadcasting for Sirius XM, so he had a really good seat while his pilgrims were sleeping on the street. So thanks, Lino. Really appreciate that.
So, like, speaking of the Roman streets, did you guys hear about that time when John the 23rd was, like, walking in the streets of Rome after he was elected? And, like, there was this lady who passed by him, and she goes, "My God, he's so fat." And so he heard it, and he turned around, and he's like, "Madam, I trust that you understand that the Papal Enclave is not exactly a beauty contest."
Oh, Father Kyle Sanders.
Well, that's a good one.
That is funny.
Yeah.
He was hilarious.
Yeah,
Like-
he was very funny. Like, such biting humor. And he would be such a really great pope to have right now with the sarcasm that now thrives because of the internet.
Well, I think like a lot of the things that he does, like I think Pope Francis kind of copies him a little bit. Not really copies, but like I think they're kind of in the same vein of, their sense of humor and stuff. So yeah, like I mean, John 23rd, like he even used to play pranks on people. So like one time he had the Vatican Gardens like irrigation system rigged so that like whenever somebody would walk by, they would get shot with jets of water.
That's awesome.
Seriously, that's cool. I like that kind of humor.
Me too.
I think I've shared with you guys before that when my uncle goes to Rome, the first time that he went as a bishop, the Swiss Guard have to do a salute when you go by in all of your, beautiful robes.
Oh,
and
they do
colors.
that for even a priest. They salute any
They
priest.
salute.
Yeah.
So my uncle figured out what the perimeter was that he had to enter to get a salute. Because, you have to get close enough to them to merit the salute. Otherwise, they'd be saluting everybody all day long if they saw a priest from far away.
Yeah.
So he figured out what the perimeter was, and he would enter it and then exit. And then enter again.
I bet they really thought that was funny.
I'm sure they were like, excuse me, Bishop, can you please stop?
Hey, Joe, we got to know
Didn't like
these
slap
guys.
him or
He was
something.
he was trying to do, you know how people go up to the beefeaters in the UK trying to get them to
Yeah.
smile or crack an expression. He gave it his best shot, and they were not going to play that game. They saluted him every time.
That's funny.
Well, so-
I also have a video that I took at the Trevi Fountain of the gourds of people, and I am actually speaking on this one. So
Yeah,
yay.
some narration from Miss Sarah. You want to hear that?
Old school, 3 years ago,
Okay,
throwback Saturday.
This is when she was so much younger and immature.
Alright, so here we are at the Trevi Fountain. There's a lot of people here, as is all of Rome. Rome is completely packed out now. When we arrived this morning, it wasn't so bad, but people seem to be coming in more and more all day long. So, Trevi Fountain, if you throw a coin in, you had said that you will come back to Rome. I have not thrown a coin in, but I'm still hoping to come back one day. So, cheers.
Cheers.
Or cow, I guess maybe you were saying.
I don't know. It was a new video camera, so
You cut yourself off.
yeah, it's one of the first videos I took. So getting used to it.
Great. Well, it was a great video. I wish that I could have shared the video portion of it as well. But
Well, you are in luck. I will be putting it up on Instagram and Facebook today and tomorrow, all of these lovely videos, and tweeting about them. So find my social medias, and you can see all this.
okay. Well, thanks for joining us today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you had a great weekend. And oh, wait a minute. It's not time yet, is it?
Oh, but
This feels like we've been going for an hour.
yeah. So it was quite the experience, and I have a couple of friends that are there now. Tom Pringle's there. If you guys really want some good news people to follow Mountain Butoric at Catholic Travel on Twitter. He's live tweeting like all of his adventures with Lino and his tour group, and they're doing everything with the canonizations. So definitely check that out. But even if I had gotten a free trip to Rome, I would not have gone for this. Absolutely not.
And as usual, Father Roderick is making videos about everything in Rome.
And that
I
is
know.
everything.
Like, did you see the one that he made about the dress code to get into St. Peter's?
Yes, so funny.
He's like really excited, like, okay, guys, look at this long line of people, and like, here's the dress code. Awesome. I'm Father Roderick.
I think you could use a Xanax.
Take two.
So I should probably pull up Father's Facebook page and play some of these things, huh?
So while you're
he's
doing that,
hilarious.
can I tell another joke?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
So
Please.
So John the 23rd, like, he was really awesome. Okay. So before he was Pope, he was one of the apostolic nuncios to France. He was like a diplomat for the Vatican. And so one time he was at this banquet, and there was this lady who was sitting next to him who had like this really, really low cut dress. And so he gave her an apple, and he says, "Please do take it, madam. It was only after Eve ate the apple that she became aware of how little she had on."
I've never heard that one before. Catholic News Service, I believe, or one of those Catholic News Agency, one of those this week posted an article about his top 10 Pope moments. But that was not on the list, though I wish that it were. That was so good.
Yeah, I've got another one too.
Okay.
Do you have the videos up?
The videos?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna put some videos up of Father Roderick.
Oh well, I'm still searching for them.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, story.
Tell a story, bro.
So you know how the popes, they go visit the prisoners and everything. Well, one time John the 23rd, he was visiting some prisoners, and the prisoners just totally loved him because he was awesome. But there was this one guy who just refused to come out of his cell and come visit the Pope. So the Pope asked around about this guy, and apparently he had actually murdered his wife. And so Pope John went, convinced the guard to let him into the cell. And he sat down and he looked at the guy and he said, "You know, I've never been married, but if I had been married, I might have killed my wife too." Can you believe that?
Wait a minute. That
He was
deserves-
like, he was. That must have been like the Italian sense of humor.
That is very Italian. Very.
Lost in translation.
I don't know. I think that's pretty funny.
Yeah, pretty funny.
So keep going, because I'm still trying to find Father Roger.
Stall, stall,
All right,
stall with jokes.
It's Angela's stand-up hour.
That's it.
With content provided by Adele.
A dead pope.
A dead pope.
I'm still trying to find the one where he
Okay,
talks
so
about
one
the
time
dress
he went
code.
to go visit a friend in one of the hospitals there in Rome, and it's called the Hospital of the Holy Spirit, right? So there's this nun, and she's in charge of the hospital, and she comes and greets him, and she says, "Holy Father, I am the Mother Superior of the Holy Spirit." And he said, "Lucky you, what a job. I'm just the vicar of Christ."
That one's great.
Oh, yes.
Here we go.
Seriously, I think I would have been BFF with that pope.
Troll pope.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Karen wanted to know how you get into St. Peter's Basilica and if there is a certain dress code. Very good question. Well, how do you get in? Very simple. You wait in line, and that's what these people have been doing for a while. And as you can tell, it's quite a big line, and it stretches all the way to the bronze door over there. And that's where you go through security, and then you walk on. And this is the dress code. It's actually very simple, just like a lot of other churches. For man, it means you have to have your shoulders covered, no shorts. And then in summertime, it means you have, as the women, have to also wear appropriately, have a skirt or pants, but that is not allowed. So, yeah, kind of obvious, right? Bikinis, not a good idea. Very simple. You just have to make sure you have
Oh, really?
with you when you visit. But of course, you already knew that. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Follow me on Twitter and on Facebook. I am Father Roderick, signing off here in Rome.
We're staying.
Bikini's not a good idea.
Father Roderick always has a scoop, right? There's a long line at St. Peter's, and you can't wear a bikini to get in.
That's the headline.
No bikini.
Thank you, Father, for being our Catholic Weekend correspondent. All right. Well, so what-
Can we do a? Oh, so I have another joke. This one's funny. This
Do
will make
it.
me really laugh. Blessed John the 23rd once wrote, "There are 3 ways to face ruin: women, gambling, and farming. My father chose the most boring one." Actually, okay, fine, one more. A Vatican official told the Pope it would be, quote, absolutely impossible to open the Second Vatican Council by 1963. Fine, we'll open it in 1962, he answered. And he did.
I love him. He
troll,
totally,
what a
he
troll.
totally, like, he was really just
Wear him
an
shorts.
awesome guy. You know, he actually, like, in all seriousness, I learned a lot about him just this past week reading about him. And one thing that I learned was he, when he was a diplomat, he actually, during World War II, helped lead the Vatican diplomatic team in actually saving the lives of hundreds of thousands of Jews who were the Nazi government was having them deported from their home country, and so what he did was he actually issued like fake baptismal certificates to like hundreds of thousands of these Jews so that they wouldn't be deported. Pretty awesome, huh?
Very, Awesome. Was he originally from Italy?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. See, I don't know that much about popes before Pope John Paul II because I'm a new Catholic.
Well, and I think all of us here were born after he died. Except maybe you.
So that means that...
Except you.
So that means that I don't really have an excuse. Okay.
Because you're so old.
Well,
You know, my favorite quote of his is actually a very serious quote, and I think it's very beautiful. I have looked into your eyes with my eyes. I have put my heart near your heart. I think it speaks to the incredible compassion that he had, just to kind of piggyback on that story about the baptismal certificates.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Hyatt in the chat room says, 2 popes walk into a bar. ...
Ouch.
Terrible.
I don't know what the punchline is. But...
Oh,
There
okay.
is no punchline.
Okay. Well, Angela, do you have the one about the person that asked him about how many people work in the Vatican?
Yeah, you want to tell that one, Jeff?
No, I want you to.
So, Angela, how many people work in the Vatican?
Well, according to John 23rd, about half of them.
Yay.
You finally had your finger on the rim shot, ready to go.
Well, actually, assigned it a hotkey so I could just push R and then it'll do the rim shot.
When a cardinal complained that a rise in Vatican salaries meant a particular usher earned as much as a cardinal, the Pope remarked, "That usher has 10 children. I hope the cardinal doesn't."
Burn.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Oh, this is fun.
My poor little
He was
machine.
really
is
fat,
like,
though.
I'm hitting
I mean,
buttons
let's
and
be
nothing's happening.
Except his body does not look fat.
Yeah, that's true. Did you go see it when you were at St. Peter's?
Oh, you can't miss it.
So who's the man?
I
Sorry?
posted a picture this morning on Twitter of the altar where John the 23rd is buried and the altar where Pope John Paul II is buried. So you can go and check both of those out.
I will do that. And where would I find that Twitter information from?
At
Sarah?
Catholic Drinky. I also posted it on Facebook and on Instagram. You're welcome, world.
Wow. Thank you, Sarah. Well, let's hear again from our Vatican correspondent, Father Robert von Hogan. Take it away, Father.
Many people have asked me to go inside St. Peter's Basilica and to show you the tombs of Pope John Paul II and Pope John the 23rd. And that's what I'm going to do. I am
Perfect.
not going to give much commentary because, of course, this is Basilica. People come here not just to look around and play tourists, but also to pray. So I have to be respectful of that. But I will try to give you a glimpse of the tomb of John Paul II first, which you can see here. We'll try to zoom in a little bit.
Okay. It's a normal size tomb.
So hold on now. This is
Okay.
this is the epitome here of
Okay, go ahead.
Catholic Weekend. So this isn't even a sound seeing tour; it's a video tour. So our listeners are listening to silence,
They're using their
and you're not
imagination.
sharing the video for the people who watch the download.
Nobody watches or listens to this show, Maria. We're just doing this for us. Okay, I can try.
Okay, proceed. Keep going.
No, no, it's all yours. I'm just going to
I
sit
got
back
nothing.
here and just play the rim shot every time you have a joke.
Basically, he just stands in St. Peter's Square and he's like, or St. Peter's Basilica. He's like, man, there's a lot of people here. I can't really get close. And then he goes and he tries to get to the tomb of John the 23rd. And he's like, well, there's a long line, but let me zoom in.
Well, if you want to watch Father Roderick and his videos, find him on Facebook. Father Roderick, Roderick von Hogan is how you find Father Roderick, his Facebook page. That's why it took me so long to get it. So,
You know, I am somehow following him in Dutch. I can't find him in English.
Good for you.
Whatever.
You're branching out. Spanish, English, and Dutch.
The last time I tried to do a YouTube video in a Hangout, it didn't really work too well. But I'll see if I can figure out how to do it more successfully today. So you ladies keep on talking and entertaining our audience.
This might actually be one of the worst Catholic weekends ever.
It's really, there's a lot of competition out there for that. So, I wouldn't say it yet.
This one's pretty bad. I mean, Jeff's all, here, you guys talk, and we're all, I'll tell another joke. That's not even my joke. It's a dead Pope joke.
Okay, so moving, I mean, I could tell more John the 23rd jokes, but let's tell a John Paul II joke, right? Let's spread the
we haven't
love.
heard one of those yet.
Okay.
I know, but I just feel bad because I feel like tomorrow's Mass is being so focused on Pope John Paul II rather than John the
Yes, I agree.
23rd. So I really love that we're talking about him as well because, honestly, he changed the Catholic Church so much, and he is just ever so much as good a pope as JP2, even though, JP2 is like the people's pope. I mean, we just really cannot forget about every single pope, especially Pope Benedict, Pope John XXIII. These are both two amazing men that are living and have lived in what we can consider modern times with technology and just culture changes. I mean, John XXIII was pope when the United States and really the whole world was undergoing some of the largest cultural changes ever, and the fact that was such a large personality and large man could deal with all of this, to me, is absolutely just a testament to the work of the Holy Spirit in the Church.
That's so true. I mean, he was alive during World War I. He was a young priest, and he was actually, he carried stretchers of wounded soldiers from the battlefield to the field hospital, and that really taught him a lot about war, and so it really affected him in his papacy. He wrote famously the first encyclical that was addressed not only to the church but to all men of goodwill, and it was called Pacem in Terris, which means peace on earth, and it was about war and peace and how to really foster that. And then he was, like I said, he was alive during World War II. And then even during the Cuban Missile Crisis, he actually helped with the negotiations between the United States and Cuba. And he was posthumously awarded the highest honor for a civilian by President Lyndon Johnson.
Oh, yeah, I know what that award is. I can't remember what it is, but that's a huge deal.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, especially to give it to, a pope who wasn't even American. I mean, and it's because of, all that he did for our country and for the world at that time. So, and then also, I mean, like, people kind of are like, oh, he started like Vatican II. That's awesome, right? But I mean, you really you have to think about how awesome it was, because at the time, modernism was, considered a heresy, and priests had to take vows to against modernism. And he was actually, he was almost condemned by the Vatican before he was Pope, obviously, for not being hard enough on modern times and the way that things were going. And, he when he started Vatican II, he actually, in the opening address, he said, as long as I've been Pope, people have, and I'm paraphrasing him, but he said, people have been talking about doom and gloom and how awful the world is going, and we just need to crawl into the church and lock the doors behind us and just pray that we'll survive. But he said, that's not how we should do things. We should go out into the world and spread the gospel. So very much like the whole Francis vibe, but he really kind of originated that in a way.
Well, I don't think it's a new idea, if you think about it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Jesus was a maverick. He was a revolutionary. I think that we talked about it briefly earlier about how maybe the technology of communications didn't make him as well known as our more recent priests. But I think that this is going to be just something moving forward with the church. I think it could be a really good thing to have the message literally in our face every day. I mean, I can't tell you how many times the same group of people retweet the same tweet from the Pope, you know, that I see it. But just think about how the message is spreading so widely, and how we're becoming more intimately aware of who these men are, and what they have to say and what they have to contribute.
I mean, last night I went to the Braves game with a couple of my friends from college, and then a friend that one of them just recently met, so like, new friend. She's Jewish, and she says to me, she's like, "Hey, I like that new Pope of yours."
That's a great story.
I was like, "Hey, I like the old ways of the Old Testament."
I love those
You
5
didn't say,
books.
hey, I like your guy, Jesus.
Yeah.
I love that Torah of yours.
Yeah, so it's just funny. I was like, well, I'd say that I liked one of your rabbis, but I don't really know one.
Oh, wonderful. Hey, I'm going to try to play this video via the YouTube plug-in in the Google Hangout, but I have a feeling it's going to fail. I really do think it's going to
Get ready for a train wreck,
ready.
guys.
Let me see what happens here.
Jeff, you're muted.
Dramatic
now.
pause.
Or, okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
But you didn't hear anything?
Correct. It put the
That's
whole
right.
Hangout on mute.
Okay, great. Well,
It's my fault. I'll take the blame for that one, Jeff. It was my fault for.
no. I just don't know why this doesn't work. I installed
It
the
doesn't
plugin,
like you.
and it says, you play, and your mic is muted during the video playback, and blah, 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 but nothing happens.
Story
I
of my life.
I don't get it. I guess
See, some things to remember. Everyone sees the same video and playlist, so adding and skipping videos will affect everyone. Only you see your search queries. Have fun, and remember that you can share the playlist you've created with your friends when you're done hanging out.
Great. But that didn't help at all with why people aren't seeing, when I'm hitting the, I see it on my screen. It's just that, here, what if I make myself, okay, boxed, and then I hit the YouTube button? No? Okay, I'm going to try it again.
Can you press play? Try it again.
Oh, muted.
Ooh.
That's weird.
Actually, you guys aren't muted. I hear you, but I'm muted.
Yeah, you're muted. I'm clicked on the. We can talk about this later when we're not on the podcast.
I was like, play-by-play of our fail.
Anyways, once again, technology failed. Yay!
I'm probably doing something wrong, but I don't know. Looks like I'm doing everything wrong.
I don't know. I'm trying it too, Jeff. It's not working, but let's play later.
Okay, let's do that. So instead, we should probably tell more jokes.
Pa-pum.
Yeah, and I don't have any, so I'm going to refer to Angela to
Well, is it time for a break yet?
I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do a break, but I can do a break if you want.
Well, I really like the. What's that band
Airmen of
called?
Note.
Yeah, that.
Men of Note. Did you follow that video that Steve sent last week?
No.
What video?
Of the Airmen of Note.
No.
Performing live.
Maria,
at
Maria was there.
Steve sent that?
Sent it. He tagged you in it.
You don't know how much.
Another fail.
We are a bunch of winners.
Actually, I have to give credit where credit is due. This is not the U.S. Air Force Airman. And no, this is Alan Marchand. Not associated with the United States Air Force in the least.
So
I
why
feel
did you play it?
entirely gypped right now. Yes.
Okay, well then,
100%.
Believe it.
I'm going to turn him off. And you said. And do this one then.
There you go.
Jazzy. Dance party.
I thought it was a wah wah.
Okay, Jeff.
Well,
Don't
there
tell
we
us
go.
anything about SQPN.
When Catholic Weekend goes south, just play some elevator hold music.
Why not?
Yeah, that's perfect.
So,
Hey,
hey,
so, what? Oh, are you going to talk now?
yeah, so this is a little break we're doing here. And you're watching Catholic Weekend on SQPN.com. If you want to donate, I don't know why you
I don't know why.
head over to SQPN.com/donate, and you can become a friend of SQPN. And if you like shopping at Amazon, you can do that as well. Hit the button there and then do your shopping, and we get some of that. And the Bluehost thing, if you want to create a wonderful podcast or blog, like a great blog like Another Cup of Coffee by Maria Johnson, BegoJohnson.com, head over to Bluehost.com, and you too can have your own blog.
This is so sad.
I want to see the analytics of this episode to see
How many people drop off?
So let's go back to the U.S. Air Force Airmen and that. Okay, that's enough.
So I'm going to be in Decatur, Georgia later today, which always reminds me of Jeff and Maria because sometimes we meet at a pub for a pint.
But
I don't get to go to the pub. I get to go to the courtroom.
Oh, so what are you doing as a part of like one of those high school programs?
No, so one of my friends decided to go to law school. She, later in the game, she took a couple years off of school and she decided she wanted to become a lawyer. And so she is finishing up her second year of law school and needed some volunteers to help out with a mock trial that she's doing for one of her classes. And so I volunteered to help. She needs someone for a couple hours on a Saturday afternoon, and you get to role play. So I'm like, sign me up. This sounds awesome. And so I get to be a defendant on trial for murder.
Sweet.
Nice.
Yes.
Do you know who you murdered?
My ex-boyfriend, who dumped me because I was using him for all of his cash monies. He was like my sugar daddy.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. So I get to testify on the stand and be cross-examined and all of that jazz. So I've have never had the opportunity to serve on jury duty, so this will honestly be the first time I've ever been in a courtroom because we're doing it at a real courtroom. So I'm really kind of excited to see how this goes because my only experience with anything is on TV, and I feel like that's so bad. It's not real.
Yeah.
I always get stuck on jury duty, and I always get picked. I was a foreman once. Terrible.
Oh, that's exciting.
Gosh.
I've been called in before, but I've never even gotten to the point where I'm a group of people that they ask questions. They always say either don't show up, or if I actually make it to the courthouse, they say, well, then you can go home if your number wasn't called. So.
Oh, nice.
I got picked for jury when I was like 18 or 19. I mean, it was just like right off the gate.
Well, they're looking for people that either can be easily swayed if you're on one side of the
right,
or somebody that can follow an argument. So either they X me immediately, or I end up having to go the whole route.
Yeah, because you're so easily swayed.
I'm so easily swayed.
I just sit there in the room and start yelling, "Hang him!"
No, you just roll up in a T-shirt that says that. You're guilty.
For some reason, they just stay away from me.
You guys, the chat room's making fun of us.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh, big surprise there, huh?
How dare them?
What are they saying? This is the
Mike
worst.
Kuiper says, "I'd drop off, but I'm taking the notes." Sarah Boyle responds, "There's not much to note, Mike." I think that John the 23rd is being channeled through our chat people. You guys got jokes. You're not
They got jokes.
Yeah.
Better than us.
You all are very, very funny. Very funny. And I mean it. Well, you know what?
So are you guys doing anything for like Divine Mercy Sunday?
I meant to start the novena and I never did. Oops.
Oh, nice. Actually, our parish has changed the mass schedule to have a mass at 3.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so we'll probably be attending that one.
Nice.
Years ago, I used to sing the chaplet, Divine Mercy Chaplet, on Sunday afternoon, but I don't
Sing it?
go to
How
that parish
beautiful is
anymore.
that?
Huh?
I said, how beautiful.
Well,
Sing a
depending
piece.
on,
Yeah.
no.
Oh,
Yeah.
why not?
Sarah's in the chat room, and she's gonna make fun of me. So
Well, Sarah is not on the show, so you can't hear her making fun of you. So
She's making fun of you in her
I am
head.
not going to sing the Divine Mercy Chaplet on.
No, that's how bad. That's how badly we need it. The show is just like going downhill. Just
Questions about canonization?
Oh, have mercy on us and on the whole world.
Do you have any questions about canonization? Maybe this guy can help answer.
It is such an impressive place here, St. Peter's Basilica, and this might actually be a very good location to answer some of your questions. I've got a question from Ineke, who wonders, you know what, aren't we just too fast with the canonization of John Paul II? After all, under his pontificate, we had all this cover-up taking place with the scandals. You had Maciel from the Legionaries of Christ, who was endorsed by John Paul II and who turned out to be someone with a double life. Isn't that a little bit precocious? Well, I think it's a legitimate question, and I think what is important to distinguish is that you can't really say that being a saint or being declared a saint or proclaimed a saint means that everything that person did in his or her life was good and without a fault, or that these popes, that every single decision that they made was good and was the right thing to do. However, we do know that the declaration that the Church makes when it canonizes someone comes after a very long process of examination of the writings, testimonies, and from what I've heard, most people say that John Paul II was kept in the dark, mostly by his collaborators, about a guy like Maciel, about what was going on. And so I would give him the benefit of the doubt. What's more, even if someone has made mistakes, had a life that was not in every respect a perfect life, saying that someone is a saint is mostly stressing that despite the shortcomings, because we're all sinners. St. Paul said that, only Christ and the Virgin Mary we're not sinners, but we are all sinners that constantly need forgiveness. That despite those flaws, these people in an exemplary way try to seek God and do his will above all. So
There we go. That was a good question.
a really good discussion too, because I think a lot of times we get like really caught up with like comparing ourselves to the saints, or if we have to make a decision like, oh well, so and so saint did this, and so that must be the right thing to do. But I mean, I think it's mostly true, but at the same time, you have to realize that they were people. Just they weren't in heaven yet.
Yeah.
Well, it gives us hope that we're all capable of sainthood. We can be little saints. Or
That's what we're supposed to be doing, striving for here on Earth, right?
Yep.
Some of us are doing a lot better than others. Like the three panelists with me today, they're doing a heck of a lot better than I am.
yes.
See? And
Evidently, podcasting.
Thank
is
you,
not,
Sarah Boyle, in the chat room for your kind words. I do appreciate that.
It's like so the joke that I was going to tell was when John Paul II was sick and he was being taken care of, one of the sisters who was taking care of him said, she told him, "I'm worried about your holiness." And he said, "I am also worried about my holiness."
Oh, I get a little play on words there.
Yeah.
That's good.
When visiting a hospital, he asked a boy what he wanted to be when he grew up. The boy said either a policeman or a pope. "I would go in for police if I were you," the Holy Father said. "Anyone can become a pope. Look at me."
Yeah, that was John the 23rd.
Yeah. I love jokes, you guys.
Keep going.
People joke hour.
I love jokes so much. It's so jokey.
It's so jokey.
So John the 23rd's his real name. Does anybody know what his real name was? His first name? Angelo. And so one time he met this little boy named Angelo, and he goes, "That was my name too." And then he kind of looks down, like with his hand, like, "But then they made me change it."
Oh, that's precious.
That is really cute. So, how about that local sports team?
Cricket. Cricket.
We gotta have something else we can discuss.
Well,
So, what's everybody been up to lately? What's going on?
How about you, Sarah? What have you been up to lately? A lot of work, I hear.
Yeah, work is really busy lately. But went to the Braves game. Going to the Braves game again tonight. Been spending some time with some friends and working on some beers. And I finally got to try the root beer that I made a couple weeks ago, and it was okay. It was too spicy, so I need to dial down how much root beer spice was in it. But the usual, just having some fun, being put on murder trial, all that jazz.
What is in root beer? I've always wondered this.
Sassafras.
Sassafras.
Oh.
Root.
yeah, sassafras.
And isn't there some like licorice root and stuff in
Yeah, there's tons of stuff in it. So
it? Big mixture.
My brother makes
Real
it.
root.
He's got a bar in his backyard by the pool, and had an extra container, one of those whatever the things are. Okay.
Carboys?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And he made root beer, but he couldn't get the carbonation right.
Oh, mine's perfect.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I got really lucky because real talk. Because of all the sugar that's in root beer and you mix in yeast with it, they are very prone to becoming bottle bombs. Like very
Really?
prone. Yeah, to the point where I've read some stuff online where they'll just be sitting in someone's basement and will explode.
That can happen with beer as well if you prime it with too much sugar.
Yeah.
I think with root beer, you're probably better off doing artificial carbonation if you have the setup to do that.
Yeah, well, I don't, and I put in a 2-liter bottle instead of doing capped glass because it screws on, and I felt like it was I was a little more confident in how it would come out, and it did just fine. So sweet.
Well, we talked about your beer making skills on a previous episode when you weren't here.
Oh, perfect. Maybe when I was volunteering at the Cristo Rey School.
I think so. Yeah, we were talking about our little impromptu Catholic weekend get-together.
Oh, that was so fun.
It was a great time.
We had homebrew tasting, and I am kind of mad that I shared my cherry triple with you guys because I really like that beer.
What? Now you
We
regret
liked it. Even I liked it.
sharing one of her precious beers with us.
It
because-
just reminded me how much I need to make that beer again. So I'm now moving that towards the middle-ish of my list to make again.
Yeah, we see how we rate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it just means you guys can have it again.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Well, Maria, what have you been up to?
Final exams. So I'm in the middle of doing grades and getting them posted. And because I have a bunch of seniors, I'm doing this dual enrollment thing. So I am kind of on the wire to make sure that these kids can graduate on time, and it's all kind of hanging on me giving them a grade. So that has been
F.
consuming me.
You all get Fs.
No.
No,
Or is it like the scene from A Christmas Story where he's like, A plus, 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 plus.
No, not like that either. But
Oh.
I'm sure somewhere in the middle. No, these are really good kids. They're all like they're really good.
Well, good. Well,
So that's what's consuming my life, grading term papers.
I hope that that ends soon for you.
Well, whether or not I am ready, it's going to end on the 30th.
Okay. Very, very well.
Mhm.
Angela, how about yourself?
I've been working, and actually, A couple of weeks ago, my husband and I found out that he got some more hours at work. He's in radio, for those of you who don't know, commercial radio, and he's just been like working his way up the ladder because that's what you have to do in that industry. And so he's been working weird hours, and just we have flip schedules. So I'll work during the week, he'll work on weekends and late at night and stuff. So we got a really great gift that we've been praying for, which is now he doesn't have to work on the weekends. So this is actually his last Divine Mercy weekend. This is final weekend that he'll have to work, and then we'll finally be free to enjoy each other, during the weekends. And yeah, it'll be nice to actually see my husband. So after many years.
Well, he'll have to sit next to you and join us on the show.
Yeah, we'll see.
Skeptical.
We'll see if he doesn't scandalize everyone before we actually go on air.
Jeff,
Dan?
just have your fingers ready on the.
Yeah.
Mute.
Dan, scandalize? No.
No.
So, Jeff, what are you doing? What have you been up to lately?
Oh, what do you think?
Fly.
There you go. That's what I've been doing. I was on a 4-day trip this past week, and I was in the lovely towns of Austin, Texas, and Tucson, Arizona,
Tucson.
and Washington, D.C., actually the Virginia side near Dulles, Fairfax, Virginia, I guess. And that's it. So, and then flying places in between.
Fun.
Yeah.
Fun stuff.
And that's about it. And then doing stuff like taking children to
Doctors.
urgent care facility, that kind of thing. You know, some quality time.
Well, you know what? That's good. Whatever the case may be, like, it's always, when I was, younger, I always liked time with my dad, no matter what it was, whether he was taking me to the doctor or taking me out to dinner or taking me to school. It didn't matter.
Yeah, that's, Linda was going to take Natalie. I said, I'll take her. And it was Linda's birthday yesterday, so I said,
Oh, happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday, Linda.
yeah, so, she's like 29, I think.
Yeah.
She's a lovely 29.
You guys
So-
are really close in age. I can't believe that.
Me and Linda?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Is it time for the picks of the week?
Let's
What it
please
is.
do that.
But, now I'm kind of agreeing with Sarah that this is probably the worst.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. The beginning was great. I told good stories.
Okay. I will start by saying I don't have one.
Naturally.
Let's move on with Angela.
Pray for us. My pick of the week is Journal of a Soul by John the 23rd because, like Sarah, I think that, we're part of the John Paul II generation, too. He was basically the Pope that I knew pretty much my whole life. He died when I was like 17, I think. But I still, I think we should not overlook John the 23rd. And he wrote this, he just kept journals his whole life. And so they were compiled into a book, and it's sort of like an autobiography in his spiritual thoughts. So, Journal of a Soul by John the 23rd.
Oh, I just remembered I do have a pick of the week, the John and John Paul joke book. Up on Amazon.com. Make sure you use the SQPN link, though, first.
Is that a thing?
Is that a thing?
No.
No.
But it should be. After today's episode, Angela's going to write the John and John Paul joke book.
Dude, I'm customer number one. I'm customer number one. I want that. I want it now. So, can you self-publish it as a PDF on Amazon.com?
Yeah, do it. Yes, you can.
Why not?
Maybe so.
Somebody
We'll
should
see.
be looking it up right now to see if
Do
there
it.
really might be John and John Paul joke.
I don't think so.
There must be like
We need
some
a
kind
Pope joke. Pope jokes, right? I mean,
Pope-
like,
Yes, that is brilliant.
Is there popejokes.com?
Get it quick. Quick, do it now. Luckily, there's only 3 people.
There is a PopeJokes.com.
No.
Be careful. Be careful.
No, it's but it hasn't been updated in years.
Oh.
Oh, it's not good. It's not good, you guys. It is not good.
That's
Do
what I
not
would
go
have
to
gone
the
with.
website. It is not good.
And Lynn, don't put that link in the show notes.
Warning,
Warning. Warning.
Roger.
Can you delete that section out? Yes.
Yes. Oh gosh.
Anyways, yeah. So I love that, Angela. That's such a lovely thing that you are picking that for your pick of the week.
Hey, let me just tell you, he doesn't edit the show.
Sometimes I do if it's really bad.
But real talk, my pick of the week is Pope John the 23rd jokes, and there's a link in the show notes to the CatholicNews.com story that I read earlier this week, and I sampled some of the jokes with Angela on the show today. So really funny, just wholly punny, good jokes. So gotta love the Pope that is on display at the Vatican, like on display.
Oh wow, the level of irreverence.
For more information, like all those cool videos and audio and Instagrams and all that kind of stuff, Sarah, tell us how we can see all that again.
Go anything, Instagram.com, Catholic Drinky, Twitter.com, Catholic Drinky, all of the above, Facebook.com, Catholic Drinky. So check it out. I've got a couple videos I've posted, and some photos, and just trying to do over the next couple of days I've been to Rome, a couple of times, 3 or 4 times now, and so just trying to, sample some of the pictures and videos that I've taken over the years to share with you guys. So, because it's just fun to journey.
Excellent.
Fun to journey.
Fun stuff.
That's the title of your autobiography. It's fun to journey.
Angela.
Hey, life is all about having fun and being holy.
How can we
trying?
How can we?
Hey, hold on.
Oh,
wait, Maria didn't have a pick.
I have a pick.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I have a really good pick. It's
Okay.
from In the Beginning Ministries, which is in the beginning, whatever.
T.O.B.?
T.O.B.?
Yeah, T.O.B. It's I guess theology of the body. It's got 5 photos that prove that JP2 was the world's biggest hipster.
Can't wait.
Hilarious pictures. They're awesome. I've seen some of them, but the last picture in there is him with his foot up on a tree tying his chucks. So it's really brilliant.
What was that again? The URL?
It's in the show notes. It's 5 photos that prove JP2 was the world's biggest hipster. In the beginning, tob.blogspot.com.
His glasses. I love his glasses.
Mm-hmm. But he's wearing a beanie in one, and the hipster glasses, and then he's backpacking, and he's camping, and then he's got the chucks. So I think, he was a hipster. He was ahead of his time, that man. Ahead of his time.
Well, what's going on over there at the world's greatest blog, Another Cup of Coffee?
Some pictures from the monastery. I went there yesterday and took a nap in the middle of the field because I could.
Well,
Some pictures.
kind of a spiritual retreat, I guess.
It was. I needed to, I just needed to disconnect and just be for a little while.
Wonderful. And BegoJohnson.com, anything else you want to add?
Just follow me on Twitter at Bego.
At Bego.
B-E-G-O.
Bego.
B-E-G-O.
Sounds like there should be some kind of a jingle to go with that.
Oh, let's write one.
Oh, fantastic.
And Angela, let's see, inspiredangela.wordpress.com.
Yeah.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, sums up today's show. Yeah!
And if you're not already sick of me talking about John the 23rd, I'll probably repost a blog that I wrote for my my employer's blog. And it's called something like
You wrote it.
Why-
And it's called
it
something
was
like.
why you shouldn't overlook John the 23rd or something like that. So yeah, look for that later this
Very
week.
memorable title, apparently.
By the author herself.
Yeah. Okay, well, great. And inspired Angela on the Twitters.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry that John Clem wasn't able to join us today. Apparently he was having some technical issues or something. And,
We blame him for this train wreck.
yeah, it's John Clem's fault, not ours. And finally, Steve, we missed you. Sorry you weren't able to join us today, but hope you had a great weekend.
Yeah, he was happy not to be.
I know. So that does it for this week's episode of Catholic Weekend. Hope you enjoyed the show. And if not, well, give us another chance by joining us again next week on episode number 222, Room 222. Remember
We
that show?
promise. We'll all wear afros.
Yes.
I'll just comb out my hair like the blonde guy that had the big
No,
fluffy hair.
Angela and Sarah are going, Room 222.
No,
What are they
what is
talking
that?
about?
Hairspray. I'll just do some hairspray. It's gonna be so good, you guys.
Anything is going to be better. There's nowhere to go but up.
Yes. Okay, well, anyway, thanks for joining us today, and have a great week. We'll see you next week on Catholic Weekend. Take care, and God bless. And
Oh, thank God that's over.
Oh, wow. That's awful, huh? Arr.
You know what, guys? We tried so hard.
We did.
We
try-
had such good intentions for today.
I didn't expect the jokes to be like the whole freaking show. I thought I was just gonna kind of like sneak them in every once in a while.
Well, we didn't have anything else to talk about.
Well, Jeff was distracted the entire time. Moral of the story is, hey, Jeff, you can't be distracted the whole time. Like, we can only carry so much of the whale on our backs.
Well, I thought that I wouldn't have to worry about adding anything. You girls all had this covered. Apparently, I was wrong.
Oh,
Ladies.
that's what you get for thinking.
Ladies, women.
Women.
Well, I'm not going to say what I'm going to say. I need to leave because I need to grab a bite before I meet my friend in an hour for my trial.
Good luck. We hope that you're acquitted.
Thanks. Me too. I really hope.
Are you guilty?
Honestly, I don't know. Truly, that's all I have is my script for my exam or my testifying, and then I have this background memo about all this money that I borrowed from him or something like that. And so I really don't know if this person did it or not. But I'm interested to see how it ends up, and I really hope that my friend gets the only 2 people out of her whole class get picked to be the best, and they get 3 credit hours for this. Otherwise, everyone else just gets a pass. And so really trying to do a good job so that we can help her cause to get her 3 extra credit hours, because that would be really great for law school to have 3 bonus hours. So
Well, just remember that if you get a perm, you shouldn't take a shower immediately afterwards.
Okay, Legally Blonde. What is it? It was like microthiacolate or something. It was one of those. I remember weird things like that. Anyways, fun facts. I used to perm my hair. Wait for those Throwback Thursday pictures.
Hey, fun fact, so did I.
Awesome.
I didn't.
You didn't? But you were a product of the... Did you wear bell bottoms? Yes, you did.
Yes, of course.
Did you wear
No,
those,
I need pictures now.
wear those high-waisted pants with the thin belts?
Yes.
I love
And the
all.
platform shoes.
Oh my gosh.
No,
I'm
you
getting
didn't.
very strange images in my head.
I did wear. They had the big heels for the guys at some point.
Yeah.
Did you have long hair, Jeff?
No.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really, truly need to, because I have pictures of me in disco attire. It would really just make Steve vomit.
We should have a throwback Catholic weekend.
Yeah. My hair was down to like at one point almost down to my shoulders. But most of the time it was shorter than that.
You must have looked like your son looks like you. You must have.
Really?
Pull out the. Yeah, I think your son looks like you.
I don't know who he looks like.
Oh well. All right, guys. Well, I gotta run. So thanks. It was interesting.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, well, so are you.
Oh, and also with
and
your
us also
spirit.
with your spirit. I know you are, but what am I?
I'm gonna try and find. I have a. There, you can go.
Okay, are you sure?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm about to miss something that's kind of
Yeah,
awesome.
he's gonna go find a picture.
I'm gonna find a picture of my. In college, I was in a
Crap! I don't want to miss this.
aviation
That's
fraternity.
not fair.
That's so not fair.
I don't know where. What is the name of that file? I don't know if I'll.
Maybe I'll have chicken salad for lunch.
Wait a minute. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, I found it. Let's see if I can share this.
Screen share.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the screen share. Hang on, I gotta get it in.
You gotta
in an
hurry
app.
because I really want to see this, but I really need to go.
You sound like you're gonna pee.
Wow. No, I'm good there.
All right, and then.
Ah, happy birthday to Don Boyle. Happy birthday, Don.
Oh, happy birthday, Don.
Happy birthday.
No, don't sing it.
Okay, now how do I do that? Screen share. Oop. And right here. Start screen share.
Oh, there. Oh, yeah.
Wait, stop
That-
talking, Sarah.
Click
Oh.
on him.
Oh, yeah.
Talk.
Wait, where are you? Oh, my gosh.
I'm the second one from the left.
Yes. Oh, I
Now
love
that's the I'm the pilot mustache right
You-
there.
Totally. You totally. Look at all that hair. You totally belong on like the Village People cover. I mean, and look at
What,
the.
hey, what year was this?
Wow.
That had to be like 1978.
What are you zooming in on,
Is that
Jack?
like 78, 79?
I'm trying to get it. Here we go. It was
Gosh.
19, this was probably 19,
Oh, my goodness.
I think.
19
Yeah.
what? 80?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You look like Geraldo Rivera,
Kind of, yeah.
who I guess got stuck in 1980 and has never really moved beyond that.
why is that there? Okay, I don't want it anymore.
Can you press escape
Awkward
or
place to
something?
never.
I'm trying to figure out how to not.
I gotta go. You guys, I cannot be present for this.
Move that out of the way.
There we
Okay.
All right. Have a nice afternoon.
Sarah.
Thanks. Happy Saturday, Divine Mercy stuff.
Easter. Bye.
Yay, bye.
Bye.
There we go. Now I have
So
it on the
Sarah's a murderer, and I'm not gonna go be a
That's
launderer. So I got to do some laundry.
Okay.
See y'all later.
A
All
laundress.
right, have a good week, Angela. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And just you and me.
Adios. I
We're
can't.
still broadcasting, so I guess it's
Hello?
time for us to stop the broadcast. Thank you, everyone in the chat room, for hanging out with us, and thank you for all your pithy comments. And Mike, again, thank you for taking notes for us today. And anybody else to thank?
That's a good collection already, right there.
All right. Well, take care, everybody. Have a great week. Bye-bye. Enjoy Divine Mercy Sunday.
Adios.